Japan. I'm coming back to you. There in old Japan.
And welcome back to the
To
Nihon No
make my
Madoguchi
dreams
Podcast with
come
your host Domo.
true.
And
Marty, what's up? What's up? How is it going, Domo? Everything all right?
it's going well. It's going well. It's as we mentioned in the last episode, it's getting hot. It's getting hot every day.
Yeah, man. Here as
And it
well.
sucks.
It's crazy. Uh,
Yeah.
I remember Japanese summer, but here we are quite close to that as well. Especially south of
Mm,
France. We pretty much sweat every day, and it's good for the
mm.
line. So all your body fat is evaporating every day. So lovely to see.
you know, I think maybe since last week, middle of last week sometime, um, like right now, technically from June to July is technically the rainy season in Japan, and maybe it spills over into the beginning of July as well. But since like the middle of last week, not a single drop of rain.
Right.
It was raining like crazy for a while, and then it was like nope, sunny days and heat.
It's
And
over.
I think I've noticed that every other season besides summer is just getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah.
Spring is getting shorter and shorter. Fall last year only had like 2 weeks, and rainy season is only like 2 weeks this year. So and summer's just getting longer and longer. Winter still has its 3 months from November to maybe even just December to February, because November is still technically. I mean, it's not hot, but it's starting to cool down.
Yeah.
Because the end of June, end of October is still quite warm. It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It's crazy.
But yeah,
I've said it in the previous podcast as well, probably, but I remember 2 years ago where I was living in Shizuoka Prefecture. Summer of 2 years ago finished in the end of October. Like, I remember clearly that I was in like t-shirt until
yeah,
mid to late October. I had a 1 or 2 week with the autumn clothes, so the fall clothes, so not neither hot, not too warm, nor too cold, just good balance. And I remember switching quite instantly to a more heavy coat because we didn't have fall at all. Was impressive.
where did it go? Where did it all go? It's ridiculous, really. And fall is my favorite season, which is why I'm always very sad that it really just kind of like skips over fall. It's like heat, cold,
Right,
snow. And down in Kyushu we don't get that much snow anyway.
right.
So you know,
Especially because fall in Japan is a very beautiful season, not only for the landscapes. Of course, you have the momiji, the red, how do you call them? The red.
the autumn leaves.
Ah, yes, the autumn leaves. And momiji, what is the maples? I think is the correct translation
Ah,
for
yeah,
momiji.
maple leaves.
And then also you have a lot of food culture, like autumn related food culture. A lot of like yakimo, a lot of yakidango, yakimochi, and everything like this. So it's a very nice season to enjoy in Japan when it lasts more than 1 week. Because when it does not last this long, you don't have time to switch from like a very hot summer and then start to crave for like some cooked foods, and then you suddenly switch to like more winter like soups and stuff like this. So unfortunately we will probably lose some of this food culture as well if it keeps going.
Yeah, it's interesting because since you mentioned momiji, I like every season, right? I like to go and take pictures of the flowers and the
Right.
changing leaves and whatnot. Uh, and because autumn is my favorite season, I obviously love to go and take pictures of the autumn leaves, the maples, whatnot. Um, but last year, particularly last year, it was there was a significant delay in
Yes.
the changing of the color of the leaves, and when they started to change, there was no. It was almost instant from like green to brown, like from green to dead.
Right.
Like there was no like time where you can kind of like a little buffer period we can enjoy
Hmm.
and truly appreciate the autumn leaves. Now there were definitely places where you could do that, where it went through the whole cycle of green, oranges, and reds, and then kind of dying off. But there were places where it was literally green, maybe orange for like a couple of days, and then brown. It was because it's the heat. It's so hot.
Right.
Like it's not one. The changing of the leaves, it was already being delayed, and when they started to change, it was still quite hot, and they were like, "Oh, we're dead. We're dead."
Yeah.
Um, and it's very unfortunate. I really love the color scheme of fall,
Yeah.
the reds and the
Definitely.
oranges and the yellows. It's quite beautiful. It's such a warm season, despite it getting colder, cooler and cooler as it's coming right out of summer, going into winter.
And
Uh,
also all the smell
yeah.
that you can enjoy, like these peculiar smells, and like in the forest during autumn, like these woody, very earthy
Mm.
flavor. I mean, not flavors, because you're not eating the earth, or you're not eating the leaves, but all the smell. I
We
mean,
don't
some
judge.
people you can do it if you want, but like all those aromas in the air, like all these very woody, almost mushroomy kind of aromas that are floating in the air, are very peculiar, and we're very losing them. On the contrary, I think last year or 2 years ago, I was watching TV in Japan,
Mm.
and they were talking that what made the news was that it was so hot during October that cherry blossoms were blossoming again, because it was so hot that cherry trees were starting doing a second round of blossoming. And people were saying, I mean, you could think that this is a beautiful thing, but it means also that those that have blossomed now, those blossom will not blossom next year. So actually, we will be losing more blossoms for the upcoming season. It was impressive to see, like you see red leaves, and then close to that you see cherry blossom. It's crazy. It looks like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you have seen when you were a kid, if you were a fan of Pokemon, but
Mm.
in the second movie of Pokemon, at some point, like seasons start to be jumbled up, because legendary Pokemon that are related to weather, they start doing weird things. And so a lot of things, it feels like being in that movie of Pokemon where
Yeah, yeah,
everything
yeah,
is
yeah.
getting out of hand.
Yeah, that's a crazy dichotomy, having the cherry blossoms next to the momiji.
Yeah,
That would be cool to see. I mean, we didn't. I don't think we really had anything like that down here, at least. But I will say there are cherry blossoms that bloom in, say, like the winter.
right,
Like they have winter uh blossoms in there are like I don't know how many. There are quite a few different types of
oh,
cherry
really.
blossoms. The ones we know, I forgot the name. I did some research on it. And then all of them have their like scientific name. It's all in katakana and stuff. But
Of
uh,
course.
the ones that we typically see, the light pink ones, uh, those are the more common ones. And then you start to have ones that are typically they bloom in most of them bloom in the spring. But they also have winter blossoms as well. And we
Right,
have like there's like one specific tree in Udeshino that like has these winter blossoms. And every time winter comes around, I'm like, they never like fully like bloom. It's never like
right.
beautiful. Woo. It's always like here and there, just a few here and a few there, and I'm like, I wish we had more of these, so we can,
Right.
have another season to enjoy the cherry blossoms. But another really cool uh cherry blossom that blooms right after the actual the light pink cherry blossoms.
Right.
They're called the Joiko Sakura, and
Mm,
they're green. They're green, and
good. Never heard of that.
they're like, I'm not even trying to kind of describe them. Like, imagine like a regular cherry, but it has many more petals and it's green.
Mm,
Um, and that's a Joiko. If you I made a post about them on
right.
the my official work
CR.
site, my work Instagram. So if you do want to look at them, get a feel for what they look like, you can go there and check them out. But
Link in description. I
that
will
seems to also be a
not forget to put the link in the description.
yeah, yeah. Those also seem to be a common type of soccer that you see, besides the normal ones that
Right.
we would typically associate with, like Japanese spring.
Right. Speaking of spring, one other thing that is quite sad to see is that due to climate change, one interesting part of Japanese culture may face some disruption. Is like, when you write poems or when you write letters to people, when you
Mm,
do a very formal thing, you write a mention, a note to the season. The season
yeah.
forwards, they say, I forgot the name in Japanese. And it is also quite sad that if things are keeping changing, also some change will be needed to be implemented into these seasonal forwards. And speaking of
Mm,
forwards and the words in general, what about we head straight into today's topic of discussion, the main theme of
yeah.
today's podcast, which is Domo. Can you remind us all what we would like to discuss today?
Yeah, so today we're just gonna talk about a few words, a few of our favorite Japanese words, along with a few of our not so favorite Japanese words. Some words that we struggled with in the past and or continue to struggle with now, whether that's pronunciation or the meaning. Like, it just doesn't stick no matter how many times we see it. Things like that. Very nice and simple topic for the day. And hopefully you guys can, come out with some new words, some words you didn't know. Uh, that'll be useful in your Japanese language journey, as well as how to, or some things to like kind of look out for, or to prepare yourself for as you start to get deeper and deeper into your Japanese studies. You're like, oh, we have some crazy words to look forward to, right? So,
Definitely.
uh, yeah, I don't know if you want to start us off with
I
any
mean, it's a funny thing is because I already
any
forgot.
words. Yeah.
I already forgot how you say the word that I always keep forgetting in Japanese. There is one word, but very simple. I had it in my mind before we started recording, and as we were talking, I was like, "What is the word for pottery?" Actually, pottery is one of those words.
Oh,
I think I've learned it from the very beginning of my Japanese studies. I've been frequenting
yeah.
in and out pottery for many reasons, like private. For I have a friend that is specialized in pottery and stuff, and for the love of
Ooh,
all those upstairs, toki is one of the words that
Toki.
I've been studying it for the past 10 years, and I have it. I know it because I checked it on the dictionary.
I just looked it up. I just had to
Right.
look it up right now.
And the reason why I keep forgetting it, it's funny because it indicates how much my brain overworks the sense of this word,
Mm.
because it is toki, right? But I don't know why I remember it as doki, because in my mind, to do
Oh.
ceramics, to do pottery, you have to use herbs, like you have to use they are made out of particular earths like argil and stuff like this.
Yeah, yeah.
So I keep misremembering the kanji for doki. I mean, as you see, the kanji for
Totally.
toki. For in my head, it's not to as in the pottery porcelain, but in my head it's do as in tsuchi. And then
Mm,
I always say doki, and then I say, wait, but doki is not the. I know by now. I know that doki is not the correct word, but then
right, right.
my brain goes doki, yes, but doki is co-worker, right? It's one of the way of saying co-worker is
Oh, that is
doki, right? So I'm like,
that's true. That's true.
so if it is not doki, then I must have misremembered the whole kanji, I mean the whole
Ah,
word, you know. So it's not only doki
right,
and
right, right,
toki,
right.
maybe it's the whole part of the kanji, I mean the whole part of the word that I am misremembering. And then I say, maybe, because it's a frequent past, so it's not only once that I got this kanji mistaken. Maybe it's not onyomi, maybe it's kunyomi. Then it should be tsuchi nanchara. Like, for example, tableware is made up of table
Yeah,
and
yeah,
ware.
yeah,
So tsuchi
yeah.
mono,
Yeah.
but it's not I'm no I know
Right,
that
right,
is.
right, right,
And by
right.
the time I got to the second step, which is say in my head is shimono, I'm lost, because now I have lost both kanji, right? First I lost the kanji for
Right,
porcelain
right.
toki, and then I lost the kanji for ki, because ki sara, right? Not sara,
Right, right,
sorry,
right, right, right.
shina, utsuwa. Then I completely lost,
Mm.
because my brain is now picturing the kanji for hertz and the kanji for mono, like the usual butsu, right?
Right, right.
And that
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
the story of how I will keep forgetting Toki until the end of my life, probably.
You know what's interesting is so Ureshino,
Right.
where I'm my where I'm at is known for three things:
Really?
hot springs,
Yeah.
tea,
Right.
and pottery.
Oh.
And we have the Hizen Yoshida Kawamoto Kaikan. Right, it's the Hizen Yaki,
Right.
the place where
Yes.
you can get the famous Hizen Yaki. And Toki is I think the what do you want to call it? It's pottery, it's porcelain, it's I don't even I think maybe it's like the category. I'm not sure because like there's another way you can say like pottery
Right.
or earthenware or like just wares in general, which is yakimono.
Right.
And yakimono is I've come to realize it's used. I don't want to say it's used. It's probably used about the same amount.
Right.
Toki and yakimono, almost interchangeably. There might be a certain type of kaiwake, like the use toki during this type of context and yakimono in this type of context. I'm not sure about that,
Right.
but you can also use yakimono in place
Mm.
of toki if you want to go the kunyomi route.
Right.
If you forget toki, but you have to yaku it, and it's a mono. You blow it the yakimono.
Right.
Yeah, that instead of going tsuchimono, you can go yakimono.
Yakimono.
You
That is
know,
the last step, the conclusive step of
so
the mind path. You should be changing chi with yaki, and then I'm safe again.
and
Requires
you're
some mental
good, and you're
exercise.
good. Hey, and as we're, I'll mention a
Yes.
word here, and then I'll have something to follow up with after that. One of the words, actually, it's not even a word. It's I guess a category of words. Uh, Essentially anything that has a two in it.
Mm,
I'm not saying it correctly.
I
I
feel
mean,
you,
like I'll
bro.
probably like I have to think about it really hard to
Yeah.
make sure that I pronounce it correctly.
Mm,
In one word, back when I was maybe I had been studying Japanese for 4 years, 4 or 5 years at that point,
Yeah.
and I could not say the word for the life of me, and it was katazukeru, and
Right.
the kata, and then there's a zu in the katazu. It's a two with
Mm.
the ten
The worst
zukeru,
one. The worst one.
and I was like, and someone had asked me, it wasn't even a word that I knew, and they had asked me, "Oh, kore o katazukete." Well, here we are, katazukete kudasai, and I was like, katazu, and she was like, fix, fix, put back, in English.
Right.
And I was like, oh, hi, wakarimashita. And then I looked it up, katazukeru, katazukeru. I have to really say it slowly to get it out, to like an enunciate each syllable. If I try to say it fast, I trip over the zoo every time.
Right.
Kataz, like, I have to go katazukeru. If I say it any faster than that, I'm done. I'm gonna fail.
Right.
And that's even to this day, right? Back then I couldn't say it at all, but now it's I can say it if I say it slowly.
Right.
Like, I know the word. It's not that I don't know the word. It's just my 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 tongue gets tied up, and two is not a word that we have.
In English, right? You don't have it.
Um,
You don't have it much
yeah, we
more.
don't we don't we don't have it in English, and it's weird because like when we learn how they teach it to us is that you take the ending of the word cats, the
Ah, right.
and then add a ooh onto it, and then that's two.
Right.
And
Katsu.
so we don't have uh
The
the
phoneme.
phoneme. I don't even
Yes.
call it the phoneme, the two, but we have the part and the ts in English, and then you just add the vowel sound onto that. So it's not a super like, oh, it's unheard of,
Right.
uh, but it's very difficult to like it. We've never actually combined those, the s and the oo. It's never been a thing. It doesn't exist in English. And then you have su, which once you get used to Japanese, they
It's
do
frequent.
sound
Yes.
different. You
Yeah.
can hear them. You understand that su and su are different sounds. But at the beginning, you're like suki, to like, and tsuki,
Suki.
the moon,
No.
and they both sound this. You're like, what? Excuse me?
Right.
Yeah,
It's funny
it's interesting.
because I have a very similar experience. To this day, I still mix up. I mean, not semantically. Semantically, I know very well the difference between these two words. But when I speak casually, when I don't pay too much attention, I often do the mistake of saying, of mixing up ki wo tsukeru and kizu tsukeru
Mm.
because of the
Oh,
it's 100% phonetically. I have a problem with tsu as well. It's not very present in the Italian or in the French phonemes. We don't have this similar
mm,
with shi tsu. It's not a very
mm,
common phoneme that we use. Therefore, when I speak fast, I usually jumble up kiotsukeru and kizutsukeru, especially kizutsukeru because the double repetition of, although it's not the same because kizu is su with the tenten and zukeru is the tsu with the tenten, but phonetically they're very close. So having this repetition of kizu tsukeru, it's very unnatural from an Italian speaker to have this double repetition of a phoneme that does not exist in, in your language.
yeah, it's very difficult, especially at the beginning when you again like I'd imagine most languages outside of Japanese doesn't don't have this two sound.
Right. That I know of,
Even in
yes.
Chinese, right? Yeah, that we know of. They might be we might be just lacking in knowledge, but like even in Chinese, like Chinese also has sounds that we don't have in English either, right? Like the what do you want to call it? the typical, like the ones that the tip come up the most when we talk about this, the differences between Chinese and English, is that you have these kind of similar to Japanese spelling, chi,
Right.
shi, and zhi, which is
Mm,
they don't have that in Japanese, but that is common in Chinese. And me, who had already studied Japanese, because I've studied Chinese, you guys, if I haven't mentioned before on the podcast,
right.
uh, but I studied Japanese before that, and seeing chi and shi, I'm like, okay, they're just chi and shi. It's not what they are in Chinese. In Chinese, you just drop the I sound, and chi is chi, shi is shi, and zhi is zhi, and then you have another one on top of that is just ri, which is zhi, and that's the ri that you find in Japan, which is Rben. It's the same kanji Nihon, but obviously the pronunciation is different in Chinese. Rben. They just drop a whole like this. It's like a silent letter in English, but that sound exists nowhere in English, right?
Right.
Like you're like, how do I have to form my tongue to produce such a sound?
Right.
You just have practice and imitation. That's all you can do.
To be
It's
fair,
ridiculous. So you have these in a lot of different languages.
it works the other way around as well. I know a lot of Asian, in particular Japanese people, because I don't know many other Asian people, that really struggle with the difference between the R and the L word in French and in Italian, especially in Italian. It's
Mm.
not as, I mean, I guess in English also because in French, for example, the R sound is very guttural, so it comes from here, right?
Yeah,
But in Italian, and I think in English to a certain extent, the R and the L sound are pretty much the same. They come
yeah,
from the
yeah, yeah,
mouth,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
On top of that,
The
in
mouth.
Italian, the R is vibrating, so it's a R actually. So it's more vibrating than in English, and that they are not able to do it. It's crazy. They really struggle because this kind of vibration in hard sounds does not exist in Japanese that I'm aware of. They don't have
Yeah,
vibration in this kind of, I mean, rarirudero. It's not as vibrated
yeah.
as ra, ri,
It's not.
ri.
Yeah,
It's not this strong vibration. So yes, at least we can we can say that it works both hands. The struggle of learning a foreign language is the same everywhere, except for genius people and people
it's
with
true.
Asperger. But that's another story.
No, no. Language learning is not easy, and anyone who
No,
says it is
it's lying.
probably they're lying or they are genius, right?
Right.
There's no other explanation for it. It takes time, and you're gonna make mistakes. There are gonna be things you're not used to. You're
Yeah.
just gonna and you're like, how do I get used to it? You just gotta get used to it. There's no explanation.
There's no hack.
Listening, get a lot of input, hearing it, getting used to hearing it, and then trying to reproduce it, is one of the best ways to kind of go about getting used to sounds that you're not used to, you don't hear in your everyday life.
About that.
Oh, oh.
About that. So, as I have already told you many times, one
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the tools that I use the most when I learn a new language is I'm very much on the auditive part of the spectrum, you know. So
Mm,
a lot of people learn by reading or by writing. I learn a lot by listening. It's one of the strong
yeah.
points is that I hear a sound and I try to reproduce it, which makes it that my other points, especially the writing point, is lacking. Like the skill, let's say the way I can the reliability of my skills
Mm,
is very much on the auditive portion of the language, which also makes it difficult when you have something like long and short vowels in the words, and when
mm.
a long vowels change the meaning of the word. Sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's very much a 50-50 chance that I have to take every time I speak. For example, the
Yeah,
word joshi and the word joshi, there is a difference. And
it's
this kind
true.
of
It's true.
difference, I have to be very aware of. Not, and it's very difficult when you only hear it and you never write it down, especially in hiragana where you can see the elongated
Mhm.
vowels. So I was wondering, Domo, do you also struggle with elongated vowels, or is it a me thing?
Now that you mention it, I get corrected daily on my usage of short and long vowels, and it's it's strange because I'll have the intention of elongating the vowel, but someone, whether it's a coworker or the bay, should be like, no, it's this word, whatever the word is,
Right.
and I'm like, that's what I said. She's like, no, you didn't, you said it was short. I was like, no, I you know what, I can't argue with the native speaker. What am I gonna say? Uh, and sometimes I'll kind of like Marty. I'll think it was a elongated vowel, but it was actually a short vowel. I would like to one that I always get wrong uh is for some reason shokai, jiko shokai no
Right,
shokai.
shokai ne?
Sometimes for some reason I'll say shokai, jiko shokai, and I elongate the show, and they're like, shokai, jiko shokai. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? There's a G code at the beginning, it's a G code, so you know it. But uh, yeah, it, I really struggle with that as well, and it's becoming even more apparent in my kanji studies as well, because whenever I have the reading section and there's a kanji and I have to write out how it's pronounced. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I know this is this show, but is it show or is it show? And I'm like, yeah. And if you don't get it right, you lose the point. So
Right,
I, I, I feel you, Marty.
right.
I understand your pain. And I imagine our listeners also understand the pain of these short and long
Most
vowels and
likely.
how
And
they can be a pain in the butt
do you
at
know what
times.
is the most frustrating thing about elongated vowels? At least for me,
What's that?
is that when the modern Japanese language created, or was created, or let's say finalized into the current form, which is always evolving for at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
time, Japanese people were not able to pick the correct elongated vowels for the foreigner language that they implemented into their language. And what
Right.
I want to talk
Wow.
about is katakana, right? And katakana elongations. When you have like sometimes they elongate, and these make no sense at all. So I agree that we are not good at picking up the good elongated vowels in the Japanese language, but I also want to defend my position by saying that katakana make no sense. Does this have a natural flow in our discussion? No, it was just an easy job at katakana and how they make completely no sense to me so far.
Look. I will say I probably said it already, and I will continue to say it
Right.
as many times as I need to. I hate katakana with a
Yes.
passion,
Yes.
and I'm weird. I'm the weird foreigner. I'm the guy who loves kanji,
Yes.
hates katakana. Right? Then
Mm.
everyone's like, yeah, hiragana, katakana, woo. No, woo. What do you mean, woo? Katakana is trash.
No one
I
likes
don't.
it.
I, it's not good,
No.
and I like literally. I think it was yesterday, and this is very common with country names as well, right? Uh, Someone was saying Saudi Arabia in Japanese,
Saudi Arabia.
and it's Saudi Arabia,
Right.
Arabia, Saudi Arabia, and because it's Saudi in English, I said Saudi in Japanese, Saudi Arabia.
No, no, no.
Hmm?
Hmm?
Saudi? Hmm? Saudi. G?
No, I beg to
G?
differ.
Saudi やろ。Saudi やろ。英語はもう Saudi だから Saudi やろ。
Because
Saudi やろ。
you're both right. The
Oh,
thing is that they are right because in the Japanese language it's become soji, but then I mean I'm
yeah,
purposely putting an F stressing the G part, but then the correct English
yeah,
pronunciation
yeah.
is Saudi Arabia. So I feel you, Domo.
And now I will say, I don't know this for sure about every country, but apparently Japanese, like Japan, they try to imitate how the country is pronounced, the name of the country is pronounced locally,
Right.
uh, or the name of a place. So like I think it's Venice or not Venice. Maybe it's Venice. What is Wien?
Venezia.
Where is Wien? Is
Win.
Venice? I
Win.
had no Wien.
Win.
Is it
It's
Venice?
I mean
Yeah, Wien.
Win is Win, like the capital of Austria, right?
Oh wait, hold on.
So
How do you say
actually,
Venice in Japanese?
it depends on the people. Some people say Venezia and some people say Venice. It's very tikto, actually. It's
That was
very much
that was a word. That was a word that was it was pronounced like Wien, and the English name, like the English name of that country or city or whatever, was not anywhere near Wien. I'm actually gonna look it up because it's
right.
Wien,
Wien. I
Wien,
can think only
because this
about
is
maybe it's
Wien.
Vienna.
Wien.
Do you say Vienna in English?
Ah, that might be what it is. Yeah, Vienna is Vienna Wien? Is that how you pronounce it in the in the local
I'm not sure.
Vienna?
Vienna. It should be Italian, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah. Vienna. It's Wien. So you have Vienna coffee is Wien,
Yes, yes. But that's weird
and I
in
was
German people say don't say Vienna, they say Wien.
they say Wien, right? So maybe in English it's Vienna, in Japanese it's Wien.
Right.
So I think they like if German people say Wien,
Yes.
they incorporate that into the Japanese. So like Paris is Paris.
Right.
Uh, whatever. I'm trying. I can't think of any other examples. Those are the two that came to my mind
Right.
immediately. But and I guess Arabia, maybe in the
Hmm.
Saudi language is pronounced Saudi.
Right.
Who knows? So I'll give them that. It makes no sense to me as an English speaker.
Right.
I'll give them that. But I still hate katakana. No, I'm taking that to the grave.
Yeah.
I'm taking it to the grave. Uh,
I hardly
it's
I agree very
yeah.
much. And
But that's enough of. Oh wait, yeah.
no, 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 no. Yeah, go ahead. It was a
Did
nice
you have
transition.
a?
I could sense a nice
No,
transition.
no,
So go ahead.
no. I was like, no, that's enough berating the
Right.
Japanese language. And we can go ahead and mention our favorite Japanese words.
Right.
Uh, do you have any you want to share with the people, Marty?
Yes, I like it's a very simple, but I like the sound of it. It the one of the kunyomi for the word sky, sora, which sometimes is
Oh,
also read as ama, like ama no ten jaku toka. And I really like the
yeah,
sound
yeah, yeah.
ama no ma. it's mostly used in Japanese mythology, for example, Amaterasu or something like
Yeah.
this. It's not like I mean, I'm a mythology fan. I'm not a nationalist, a Japanese nationalist, but I
Mm.
like mythology in general. But like the sound of Ama to
Right,
refer
right, right.
to the sky, I really like it. Like purely on the sonority of it. I simply like the sonority of this word.
No, I like that. I like that. Like, my my favorite Japanese word now. So I've had a lot over the years, but my favorite one now is I may have mentioned this to you before. I may not have. So if you don't know, that's fine. So in the African American vernacular,
Right,
aka Black English,
right.
uh, we have a term that describes the feeling, the drowsiness that you feel after you eat a big meal. Do you happen to know what that word is, Marky?
I don't, but if you say it, maybe I can recognize the word. I may, but I'm not sure I know
Okay.
it.
If you do, sugoi. If you don't, that's okay. Most
Right.
people don't. Uh, it's called the itis,
The hiatus?
and it's literally the itis. Itis.
Itis.
Literally the ending part of any like medical disease.
Ah,
Itis,
appendicitis.
like
No, okay, okay,
gingivitis,
okay.
appendicitis, the
The
itis.
itis. No, I didn't know that. さす
And
が、まだ。
if you if you ask me why we call it the itis, I have no answer for you. But
Right.
it is a common word that we use. And I say
Hmm.
it's an African American vernacular thing, and it is where it originated. But people outside of the vernacular, you know, outside, who aren't black, also use the word, or they may not use it, but they'll know what it means when they hear it.
Right,
Not everyone, but there are some. And itis is a word that I use maybe not so much nowadays. Now that I'm in Japan, there's not a lot of people that know the word. But back when I was at home, used it almost every day. You know, you eat a big meal. I'm about to itis. I'm about to go to sleep. You know,
right,
and I have for the longest time tried to find a Japanese equivalent to the word itis.
right,
Uh, and I've looked, I've searched, uh, and there has yet to be a concise, like
hmm,
one word, you know, one phrase, you know, like kind of like a word that encapsulates
the
the feelings,
concept,
the
yes.
nuances of itis, the concept, and it's very sad. So I've looked, but I couldn't find it
You can make it.
until this year.
Ah, spoiler alert. He found it.
Until this year, I found it. And Marty, this is a so it's actually a proverb, and
Oh,
it's a kotowaza.
right,
And so the idea of eating a lot of food and becoming sleepy is not a black thing. It's a worldwide, it's a human thing. You
yes.
eat a lot of food, your
Mm,
brain produces a lot of sleepy chemicals, and you become drowsy and sleepy. You want to take a nap. This is a human phenomenon. So I imagine most languages probably have some way to describe this.
that's funny
Uh,
because
and so I was trying to find that in Japanese. Oh, yeah, oh,
one of my life goal is to make one word in Japanese become like standard Japanese. It's
oh yeah.
shokugo minrai. It's a word that I have created that exactly describes what you're explaining.
It's crazy because before I found the phrase I'm going to
Right.
teach you guys here today, I also try to come up with the yojijuku
Yeah.
to describe is it shokugo manpuku or something
いいね.
shokugo まあ、食後 みんないは目の眠気が来る right? Yeah, that
Yes.
makes sense, right? It's beautiful. And honestly, I don't know who you have to like
Convince.
inform to get this
Right.
to get this to be a word, but we need to figure out who it is.
Definitely.
But my favorite Japanese idiom, I guess now is it goes like this: hara, hara being stomach,
Right.
no kawa being the skin, or hareba means to like
Blows.
to
Yeah.
pull out to blow,
Mm.
to right, and hareba, and then the ba is the conditional. If you blow up the stomach, if you extend the stomach, me no kawa, the skin on your eyes become loose, gatarumu. And
Crazy.
I was like, hold on. It literally explaining it. You get full, your eyes get heavy. And I was like, hold on, this is beautiful. And you know what? Not a single Japanese person knows
No,
it.
of course, of course. Now
It's
they know it.
no one knows it.
Now they
No,
do.
I, I'm going. I'm going around teaching. I'm like, hey, do you guys know
Yeah.
this? What like this kotowaza? Like no one knows this. And I learned it through the Kanken studies.
Right.
And this is why I enjoy learning about kanji. It's coming back full circle. I like learning
Definitely.
about kanji because I end up finding things about Japanese that obviously I didn't know before. But cool little, interesting little phrases and kotowaza and
Yeah.
yoji jukugo that may not be, used in everyday Japanese, but have a history, have a story
Right.
behind them. And kind of looking that stuff up is always fun. And I just happened in my studies to come across a word that
What
I've
you
been
were
looking for
all these
my
years.
my entire Japanese career, and
Excellent.
I'm happy. And
Yeah.
and I wanted to kind of like mention like this whole segment of our favorite Japanese words and our not so favorite Japanese words is what made me want to kind of do this was there's a show in Japan,
Right.
and it's called You Are Nani
Shinihika,
Shini
Nippon e.
Nihon or something like that.
Yeah.
Nippon. Yeah. And I haven't watched it recently, but I saw a clip like a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And usually they'll like you go to an airport, like a very large
Narita
airport,
Airport,
maybe in
yes.
Fukuoka or
Yeah.
Tokyo or something, Narita Airport. If you come to one of the major airports, they might be like, hey, what's your favorite, what you doing here in Japan? And they might ask you what's your favorite Japanese. So
And you
you guys
must
should come
reply.
prepared.
You must reply Shokugo Minrai. That's the goal of the channel is to propagate the
And
word and then explain it.
that could be a merch idea. Shokugo Minai. We could do
Definitely.
that. We could do that.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm down for it.
No, that was a
So
great,
yeah, that was
yeah, a great
that's my
story.
favorite. That's my favorite Japanese word right now.
Excellent. That was a great insight and a great motivational speech to conclude today's episode. So thank you very much, Domo, to
Yes,
bringing
sir.
everything to a natural closure. And it was very touching.
No,
I
no.
feel compelled to go back and do some studies that painfully slacking about.
Uh yeah. I mean, the itis thing was it was literally kind of just happened. I,
Right.
I was I was studying, but I was studying the Kotowaza Koji Seigo Kotowaza section, and it was like Hara no kawa hareba me no kawa ga tarumu. And I was like,
Oh, like the
that looks
graph
awfully
happened.
familiar to something that I was like, let me look up the meaning, and it was literally itis. I was like, oh
The itis.
shit! I
We
was
found
like,
it.
let's go. We found the One Piece, you guys.
Yeah,
It's over. We're done.
it's over already.
We're done.
We're done.
I could never study again, and
Right.
I would be happy.
You find your goal. Now you have to find another one. You have to keep translating
I have to find another word.
like Afro-American vernacular into Japanese with like proverbs and stuff. That would be a very funny thing. You could write like a dictionary about it at some point.
It's funny that you say that because you guys know the hoodies that I showed you, in a previous episode
Right.
that I've been trying to make. Um, I was thinking about making a modernized version, like how do you want to call it, like taking Japanese, like not even idioms or proverbs, but Yojijuku as well, and modernize them into like the current lingo that we use
Right.
in everyday life. One of those being I don't know if I showed it to you guys. I may have showed it to you. It was one that was like light work. I think I showed it to Marty.
Yes,
Uh,
I think I've
but
seen it, but
it
I
was it
don't
was
think you
it,
got it for the podcast. Yes, not yet.
it unfortunate. I'll show it to you guys soon. But light work is it is it's slang, for lack of a better word. Light work. Uh, we can make an itis shirt. That would be
Right.
nice. We could do it with our with the Shokugo Mirai.
Definitely. We'll write stickers.
I'd be down for that.
We'll print stickers and just put them everywhere in Japan and then take a picture.
it, it'll catch on. I
That's
guarantee
my
it because
goal. That's my goal.
everyone everyone feels this.
Yeah.
Everyone like experiences this feeling of, oh, I'm full.
Being full and
I want to
sleepy.
go to sleep. I want to
Yeah.
take a nap. It's a human experience, and
Couldn't agree
we need a
more.
word for it. A more common word,
Right.
because obviously the one that I know is quite long and no one knows it. So
We have to forge it.
unfortunate. It has to be more. It has to be more concise and
Right.
easy to remember for the people.
Beautifully said. I couldn't say it better. ありがとうね、どうもいつも。
いいそんな
Right. Can you remind me what was the Ureshinoben way to say goodbye? I forgot it. I mean, soiri or something like that?
close. Soigi.
Soigi, right. So I think for today we have
Soigi.
one
And
last favorite words is soigi. Bye bye.
Soigi.